Good morning and happy Mother's Day to you. My name is Chris. I'm the family pastor here, and I've got some wonderful moms with me on this Microsoft Teams chat, and we have an opportunity to do an interview with them for Mother's Day.
Hi, I'm Jen Johnson. I have 3 boys.
Well, I am Diana Jimenez. I have 3 kids.
Hi, I'm Kate Johnson, no relation to Jen Johnson. I have 2 kids.
What I want for them is to have their identity established, especially their identity on God. That's what I really want for them, that when they grow up, they know who they are. And I know they do well once they do that. And love also. I want them to have the true love of God in their heart. That I know if they have that, they will be successful in everything they do in the future.
Don't do it all. That, like, if I could give a quick, short piece of advice, don't do it all. Really pick what is important to you deep down and focus on those. Because you'll have so many choices and opportunities, but just pick the things that mean the most to you and focus on that.
3 years ago, right after my husband left and we were planning to move here from Georgia, I took my kids to their pediatrician to just get their shot records and, hey, make sure we're up to date on vaccines, because who knows how long it's going to take to find a new doctor. And we loved our pediatrician. And so I was talking to my kids, fabulous doctor, and I was telling her how worried I was that at 4 years old, Jael was having a hard time still sitting up and walking, and she couldn't really keep up with the other kids in her class. And she had this specialized chair she had to sit in at home and at school, and she had outgrown them, and I didn't think that we could find the next size up. And I was really worried that we're moving to a new state, we're starting life over again, and we don't have a way for my kid to sit up in school. We don't have a way for her to keep up with everyone. And my biggest fear was, what if we have to get a wheelchair? Like, what is that going to say to people? What does that mean for my kid? This is just an awful thing. And her doctor, just as calm and collected as can be, says, if she needs a wheelchair, we'll get her a wheelchair. Your kid needs what your kid needs, and you need to provide that. Whatever other people think, who cares? If it makes her life better, just do it. Here's what we need to do. Let's start the process. You're right, she needs a wheelchair. And after I took a second to breathe, she said, look, Kate, you need to understand, when you first came here, when your daughter was 6 months old, and I was looking at her and I was giving her her exam, I never thought she would walk. I never thought she would run. I didn't think she would be able to sit up well at all in her life. I didn't know if she was ever going to talk. Her disabilities were so obvious. But look at all the things she could do already at 4, that she didn't sit up well, but she could. She didn't walk well, but she could. And she had done already everything that the doctors thought this kid is never going to do. And it really changed how I thought of her interactions with the world. And how do we treat kids like her, people like her, but also my mindset of, if this is what she needs, that's what we're going to do. And who cares what everyone else thinks.
Well, I actually wanted to be a flight attendant. That was what I used to say all the time, especially playing with my cousins, like, you know, the pretend career, you know, games. I was always a flight attendant.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of fun to me to travel and just be in the air. Not anymore, because sometimes I get scared of planes. But yeah, that's what I wanted when I was little.
We're still questioning this. We're 12 years in, and really, you know, we're still wondering. But, I guess as soon as I saw that positive test result, it was like, all right, here we are, and you just take it as it comes, and each new day has challenges, so you just, I think, have to take it one day at a time. So pretty much the moment I found out, for sure, and then keep going.
One thing is I am incredibly accident prone. I always have been. So that's kind of what I don't get into trouble, but trouble tends to find me. I've been hit by a car as a pedestrian twice in 2 different countries. I once fell into a frozen lake and got my leg stuck because my leg went in and then my snowsuit puffed up, and so I was just stuck half in, like in a cartoon. I have face planted into a cactus. It took days to get all the needles out. That was fun. I broke a church window by putting my arm through it on accident and left part of my arm in the church. That's excellent.
Thank you guys so much for sharing with us and being a part of this interview on Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to you all. And we really appreciate all of you guys.